Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Monday Morning Podcast for Monday, April 21st, 2025. What's going on? How are ya? What's going on? Oh my God, it's post Easter. Did you have a nice Easter? Did you fucking see the Easter bunny? Oh man. My family's in town, so we went to this Easter party, and a friend of mine, I'm not going to name names here, dressed up like the Easter bunny. So my daughter knows there's no Easter bunny, so she's sitting there rolling her eyes. Not to mention, it's a guy in a bunny suit. I really got to say something. As far as I don't have to, but I'm going to. I don't know why I just said I really have to say something. I feel like when women do that on talk shows, they immediately get an applause break before the other women even hear what they're going to say. No, hang on a second. I need to say something. Woo, go ahead, say that shit, right? And what's amazing is they act like they're not talking most of the time for some reason. That is what is funny about women. Like they don't ever feel heard, but they talk way more. It's kind of a strange dynamic. Maybe if they made an attempt. How about this, ladies? How about in the rest of 2025? Rather than volume, why don't we focus more on being concise? And then maybe it would be easier for the man in your life to hear what you're saying. All right, Jesus, shots fired early on the podcast. Parents don't make any remote fucking attempt to even remotely make these fucking things seem real, right? Like the Easter Bunny is just like all the CGI, all the fucking deep fake AI shit that we have. We still just have your fucking buddy dress up in a fucking bunny suit. An expressionless bunny suit, by the way. It's just sitting there smiling. And my friend was speaking in falsetto, sounding like Mickey Mouse, going, "Hello, happy Easter." And he was a big guy, so the costume didn't close in the back. And someone said I felt like I was visiting the Easter Bunny at the hospital, like he had one of those gowns. So my daughter, of course, walks up to him right in front of all the little kids and just goes, "Hi, so and so," and says my buddy's name. So I gave her that, that talk, that quick talk, where your teeth are clinched together. "You are not going to ruin this lie that the parents are telling to the little children, the innocent little children," right? It's so stupid. The whole thing is so fucking stupid. Wait a minute, is like Disneyland a lie too? Like when you go there and you go, that's Mickey Mouse. And they think it's, yeah, I guess what is that whole fucking thing about sticking an adult in an outfit like that? Anyway, but then I've heard of other people that they go all out to defend the lie. If like when their kids start figuring out, and then they actually do use technology, not realizing that you're sort of doubling, tripling, and quadrupling down on lying to your children while you're chastising them, going, "Don't lie to me. Don't ever lie to me. You tell me the truth." Having said that, that man over there is a bunny. So anyway, we had this big, we got together with some other people, and we rented this little boat, and we just kind of went out in the harbor, and it was a great time. And it was funny. Adults are funny when they get on the fucking boat because it was a little choppy. And there's always like one or two people get that look on their face like, dude, I don't feel like puking in front of a bunch of other adults. But it was event free. Nobody puked. Everybody had a great time. Great mix of people, and I lost my hat. The wind started blowing. I had on my fucking Jack Nicholson One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest black knitted hat, and I had shaved my head so it was extra smooth, and the hat was a little big, and that was all she wrote. If I had a couple days of stubble on, who knows? It might have hung on just long enough where I could have grabbed it as it was flying off my fucking head. But fortunately, I had a backup hat. When you're fucking bald, you always have to have a backup hat. You know what I mean? You know, women carry like extra, like tampons and shit in their purse just in case. Well, bald men always have a backup hat. Bald gingers. Anyway, so that all went well, and I've been doing this thing, because I've been working on my temper. You know what I mean? Staying in the philosophia, and my family has been here for 3 days, and I have not even raised my voice. It's fucking amazing. And I know that sounds fucking nuts to you guys because you're probably normal, but like, and I don't mean like I walk around just like berating people, but I just like, you know, where the fuck is my goddamn phone? Like I do that shit, which I don't think is a big deal, but evidently it brings tension to people around the fucking house. So I've been really working on doing that. So this is day 4. Day 4. And I'm hoping this is going to be like cigars, because once I go 4 days without a cigar, I'm like, what the fuck was I doing that for? But I have to get through day 4. It'd be amazing if anger was the same thing. Although I don't think the reason I smoke cigars and the reason I flip out are the same thing. I don't think those are the same reasons. It's deep-seated shit from a long time ago, which is why those Dr. Phil shows are so fucking stupid. You know? You need to blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, oh, I didn't know that. 22 minutes. You just solved this fucking person's, why they're doing, whatever self-sabotage thing that they continue doing. Oh my God, do I hate that show. I hate how he acts like he doesn't take any shit. It's like, would you just stop it with that? You're exploiting people that have no options and an unbelievable amount of problems. Anyway, so I barely watch TV now, like most people. All I do is just death scroll on Instagram, and I also don't watch the fucking news. I'm pretty walled off right now. So evidently, a bunch of women went into space, and everybody had a problem with it. And then this other woman who came back, I don't know who she is. She's somebody, because I guess they were all famous people, and she was just like, "Have you ever been to space?" She like rubbed it in everybody's faces, and then everybody go, oh, "How the fuck did you fucking?" Everybody got all fucking indignant about that. That's what everybody gets fucking upset about. It's so. That's like one of those things where I'm like, did they just do that on purpose? They just like got like 5, 6 celebrities. We're gonna stick you in space for no fucking reason, and then just come back and say a bunch of arrogant shit. And and try to act like you're a philosopher and all of this stuff, right? And that'll be a great distraction from shit that people should really be upset about. Um, like the fact that there's plenty of money, there's plenty of food, there's plenty of water, there's plenty of books, that there's enough for everybody, you know? And this whole fucking fear mongering and everything is just super rich people posturing so they can hang on to the fact that they take way more than they need. You know? Like, I don't have a problem with somebody being a fucking billionaire or a trillionaire. But if the people who work for you work 40 hours a week and they still can't pay their rent, you're not paying them enough money. They don't need to go out and get a second job. You need to take less money. Okay? And that's not Mexicans' fault. That's not China's fault. That's not fucking whoever you're going to fucking blame it on. And I don't know. I just wish in a perfect world people would not be so easily fucking fooled by these morons. Anyway, so whatever. I try to stay apolitical because they're all fucking pieces of shit. But I do have to say, my problem with the current guy is he's not a leader. Okay, and you know what? I know. You know what a leader does? A leader leads. That's what he does. He doesn't divide. That motherfucker just, that's all he does is he just divides people and then walks away and lets them yell at each other because he has no fucking plan. Okay? If you don't agree with that, write in and you explain to me. Fucking explain to me what exactly the plan is. How the fuck is there a midair collision and you bring up DEI? How the fuck do you manage to do that? And then use that tragedy and all of those fucking deaths to further move the fact that you're just a racist piece of shit. Overtly racist. Overtly racist. And then who gravitates to that? The dumbest of all white people, because that's all they have, because racism is white DEI. Racism makes an unqualified, stupid ass white person qualified for an opportunity they wouldn't be qualified for if it was a level playing field. That's what I love about people who don't like affirmative action. They fucking go like, they should just pick the best guy. No, that's not what you're saying. That's not what you're saying. What you're saying is they should pick all the white people first and then whatever the fuck is left over. Because if they picked the best fucking person, they wouldn't pick your fucking dumbass. Oh, what is this, some woke shit? Anyway. Oh, yeah. I feel like speaking my truth today. I don't know why. So, I'm on Instagram, like I said, because I've just completely gone off the rails. And, I don't know. Evidently, I would like to fucking look at old cars, beautiful women, and like fucking, I don't know, on a lion walking up to a cobra and seeing the cobra bite him and be like, he's the king of the beast. Can he take that? Is his skin too thick that, like when a polar bear bites a walrus? Um, anyway, now I've gone on that. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So, I was checking my account. So when I do these shows, they ask me to share clips. So one of the people asked me to share a clip was The View, right? So I go to share the clip and I go into the comments section like I always do. And I read until the first negative comment. And, oh my God, the amount of fucking people like, oh my God, what are you doing on The View? And so many people were saying that I sold out because I went on The View and everything. And I was laughing, going, I kind of created that with all the misogynistic shit I'd been saying over the years, that was, an element of my fucking fan base. And to the point, like, they can't even handle that I went on a show because it was hosted all by women. I guess because they have, they lean left liberal, and then they have like the one conservative person. I guess, I don't know. I didn't see that the day I was on. I don't watch the fucking View, but I love that I did The View, and The View was my idea because I thought it would be funny if I went on there. And I thought something was going to happen, like someone there wasn't going to, I don't know, be into what I was saying. And then everyone was just really nice and I had a great time, which is, kind of what I'm finding in life. All of this shit that, like, I had this big wall up against, when I finally just let the wall come down, it's like, oh, that was all in my head. I had a great time on The View, and I also got to thank Joy Behar because I don't know how to talk around. I got to talk around this. So I saw her one time. Somebody was coming at her, trying to get, the better of her comedically, and was really being disrespectful. And she fucking barely flinched and absolutely mopped the floor with this dude. And it was just me, her, and the other dude. And I was just sitting there with my jaw on the ground. It was one of the great trashings because it was so effortless and dismissive, and the other, it was almost like the big brother with like the hand on your forehead as you're swinging and you can't reach him. She was doing that to this dude. And this is the best part. She, like, when I told her about it, she didn't even remember doing it. And I remember after I saw her doing it, and I was so blown away by her skill set. And she didn't let this guy. This guy was trying to piss her off. She didn't take any of the bait, and just like, I mean, she could have been like, doing her taxes and handled this guy. This is how good she was, and she just fucking mopped the floor with the guy. And then I thought about it afterwards, and I thought about, when she came up and stand up and what it must have been like back then and all the shit she had to go through, that this idiot coming up to her. That's why it was such an easy day for her. But anyway, so anyway, all of those comments of people just saying all of this shit, you know, they love to bring up Patrice. What Patrice would, all of these people who never met Patrice and didn't think, didn't know him, know somehow what he would be thinking. If Patrice came back, he would say this and say, really? No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. If he came back, we would hug each other and say how much we missed each other. That's what would be happening. He wouldn't be coming back to talk about my appearance on The View. You fucking moron. But this is something that I have learned. Okay? Losers don't want you to succeed. Angry people don't want you to get happy. And I know a fat guy that lost weight, and fat people fucking DM'd him and said he sold out. So people don't want you to see, they want you to stay not even where you are, they want you to stay where they are. All right? And this is the thing. The same fucking people that want you to stay where they are, if they start moving on, they're not taking you with them. So, part of evolving is there's going to be a certain percentage of people that used to like you the way that you were, and they're going to fucking try to act like you, trying to improve yourself or doing something different or getting outside your comfort zone is somehow like this bad fucking thing. And I can tell you this as an old guy, to you younger people, like it's a crock of shit. And so when people come at you like that, that just means you're doing something good, or at least you're trying. You know, you're trying to do something. You're trying to change for the fucking better. Um, and you have to understand, with people like that, there's no winning. There's no winning with them. You know, like if you become successful, there's the combination of, hey, don't fucking forget where you fucking came from. And then there's simultaneously, dude, you got money now. You don't fucking know. It's like, all right, so what am I? Then what am I? I'm basically whatever you need me to be to fit your fucking argument. And at that point, you just walk away. You put your eyebrows up, you purse your lips. This is the way white people do it, right? You put your eyebrows up, purse your lip, you kind of nod, and then you just walk out of the room. And it's as simple as that. You just walk away and you continue going in the direction, knowing that you're moving in a more positive direction because of that person you just talked to having a problem with it. It's like, oh, I must be doing something right. All right, here's fun news. So my family's in town and we're staying at a hotel, and it has a steam room. The safest steam rooms in the country are in hotels. You can't go to the you can't go into the ones at gyms. There's too many closeted gay guys waiting for a gay guy, and the gay guys go in there. It's like shooting fish in a barrel, right? But for all of us old dads out there that need heart health and need to take a steam, so this steam room also has it has a shower in the corner, right? Where it comes straight down on you, and it's fucking ice cold water. And I gotta tell you, man, you do that 3 fucking times, and you come out of there like for a good hour. You feel like $1,000,000 before you feel your age again. But it was I don't use this word enough. It was fucking exhilarating. I was actually self-conscious. I was so self-conscious about using the word exhilarating. I had to put the word fuck in front of it to try to take the edge off. I couldn't just be like, it was exhilarating. I had to be like, it was fucking exhilarating. No, wait, no, it was exhilarating. There, I said it. I still feel stupid saying it, but I don't, there's no other word to describe it. Um, and it was ice cold. And at first, I did not enjoy that. But by the third time, I could stay under the cold water to the point like my head was starting to go numb. Um, and guess what? I didn't film it. I didn't film it. I didn't post it. Because I know when people make that joke, you can take an ice bath without talking about it. Oh, I am talking about it. I don't, whatever. I'm just fucking excited. I was finally able to take a goddamn steam. Um, so old Billy Beefcake has been going to the gym, and basically, this is, it's no joke when they say the older you get, the harder it is to fucking lose your belly. My God, I've been, um, I've been going to the gym since February, and I am still not happy. I'm happier, but Jesus Christ, oh fucking Billy Baby Bump. Um, But, I was like, I got to lose this thing by the time I'm done with this play. So that's what I'm focusing on. But then I'm like, all right, well, if I don't, I can just keep going. So, and then also I have this run where I'm going to be over in Europe, and they actually have food that isn't poison. You know what I mean? So there's not all of this shit when I even think that I'm eating something healthy, like say an apple, but for some reason it's wrapped in fucking plastic because some fucking nerd decided that that's what he's going to do to our food. Right? But let's get mad about fucking 6 chicks that go up into fucking space. How could you be so tone deaf? I love, like, they're tone deaf, but fucking Bill Gates putting fucking plastic on apples? What is that about? And none of CNN, Fox News, they don't fucking say anything. Fucking lapdogs. That's why they are not news organizations. It's mind control. Anyway. This fucking asshole. 4 years of this guy just dividing people, stirring up the fucking country, because that's the only way a narcissist can feel feelings. He's got all of us at each other's throats, and we're in the same country. For the love of God, stop buying into this fucking bullshit. My God. Jesus fucking Christ. We did not lose industry in this country because other countries stole it from us. All right, we didn't. The people that owned the companies didn't want to pay working people a living wage. And then they went to other countries where they could get away with paying sweatshop labor fees. That's what the fuck they did. And then they go, well, gee, we would come back here and make stuff here, but a salt shaker would cost $9 million. They act like they're doing you a favor. They aren't. The reason why it would cost all that fucking money is because they're not going to lose the profit of sweatshop labor, and they're going to pass it on to the consumer if they have to pay an American a working fucking wage, a living wage. That's what it is. And then they spin it like, oh, gee, I would make my widget here, but I'm trying to keep costs down. They're not. They're not. They're fucking reptiles. They're fucking reptiles, okay? And if you keep, I don't know. I'm getting to the breaking point watching people just continuing to have this parental-child relationship with billionaires. Anyway, sorry. Let's read the let's do the ad reads here. All right, Policy Genius. The only thing more important than achieving a dream is protecting it. Protect your family by securing, well, by what means? Protect your family by securing their future with life insurance from Policy Genius. Policy Genius, makes finding and buying life insurance simple and ensures your family has a financial safety net they can use to cover debts and routine expenses, or even invest that money to earn interest over time. With Policy Genius, you can find life insurance policies that start at just $292 per year for $1 million of coverage. Some options are 100% online and let you avoid unnecessary medical exams. Life insurance is a form of financial planning, and Policy Genius is the country's leading online insurance marketplace. Join thousands of happy Policy Genius customers who left 5-star reviews on Google and Trustpilot. Secure your families tomorrow so you have peace of mind today. Head to policygenius.com/Bill Burr or click the link in the description to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you could save. That's policygenius.com/Bill Burr. I'm saying it that way because they wrote Bill Burr all in capitals. All right, who's next here? Why does that always happen when it always goes to the top of the screen? Oh, Squarespace. This podcast this podcast is sponsored / brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or scrolling your business, Squarespace gives you everything you need to claim your domain, showcase your offerings with a professional website, grow your brand, and get paid all in one place. Squarespace gives you everything you need to offer services and get paid all in one. Get discovered fast with integrated Squarespace SEO tools. I don't know what that means. Every website is optimized to be indexed with meta descriptions and auto-generated sitemap and more, so you show up more often on search engines and bring in more of your ideal customers. Upload and organize your videos, create stunning video libraries, and even monetize your content by adding a paywall. Perfect for online courses, exclusive tutorials, and premium workshops. Make smarter business decisions with Squarespace's intuitive built-in analytical tools. Review website traffic, learn where to focus engagement, and track revenues from bookings, invoices, or product sales, all from one place. Check out squarespace.com/Burr for a free trial. And, well, God, I got to get something to eat here. My stomach's growling over there. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code Burr to save 10% off your first purchase of a website domain. That's squarespace.com/Burr for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code Burr to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. All right. And with that, let's get on to the reads for this week. This podcast is going to be a little bit short. It's not going to be the usual hour because my family's in town and I want to go play with my kiddos. All right. Manifest Glengarry. Dear Red Zeppelin. Oh, my God, I love that. Red Zeppelin, an all-ginger Led Zeppelin cover band? I think the world's ready for that. Female listener here. I love when the ladies write in. First off, I'm a huge fan of you, Billy. All right, so let's do your reads here for the week. All right, female listener here. First off, I'm a huge fan of you, Billy. I saw you in Glengarry Glen Ross. Thank you, and you were incredible. It was such a great show, and you did a fantastic job on your Broadway debut. Thank you very much. Speaking of Glengarry Glen Ross. Or she said GGR, Glengarry Ross. I wanted to let you know I was listening on to an old Monday morning podcast episode, 7/26/2019, where you had Nia on. Love her. More Nia, please. I know. We got the 2 kids now. I miss her being on the podcast. You guys still love how much she used to trash me. You two were talking about her getting assaulted in Times Square. Awful story, but in the middle of it, you randomly dropped a gem. I used to sit at this payphone. Oh, yeah. Oh, when I was trying to find the apartment. Oh, to let you know, some woman pushed Nia, and then I had to scream at her. She was a crazy homeless person. I think I finally yelled, "Leave, bitch," and she did. I said, I used to sit at this payphone with a stack of quarters, cold calling people like I was in Glengarry, Glen Ross, trying to find a place where I could have a room in an apartment. I had to share this because it's almost like you manifested that role in the episode. Parentheses, I know you didn't. You got the role by being a hardworking and super talented, but let's just pretend you did. Okay, let's do it. Anyway, I also love Drop Dead Years, and I'm hoping to catch you doing a set at a comedy club here in New York one of these nights. You're a favorite comedian of mine, and I can't wait to see what else you do in this life. Keep killing it, Bill. Jesus Christ, well, wasn't that just a nice wire to wire email? I don't think I've ever gotten that. Usually starts off with the funny, take on me being fat or red or fucking pasty or freckled or bald. And it's a huge fan, long time listener, and then somewhere in there, but you said this and go fuck yourself. You don't know what you're talking about. Um, Appeal pushback. APEEL. Hey, Bill, I'm seeing a lot of criticism to your reading the email about Bill Gates' company Appeal. The rebuttal is that it's not coated with chemicals, but instead monoglycerides and deglycerides, which are found in coconut and olive oils. They say it's FDA approved and safe, which is subjective. Yes, because the FDA was infiltrated from former employees of companies that the FDA used to keep in check. In the UK, it is not. The regulators say we understand Appeal contains E471 mono and diglycerides of fatty acids. This is not permitted under Great Britain or EU organic regulations. Great Britain always has to keep themselves separate. You guys are Europe. We're Great Britain. So this would not be permitted for an on organic produce in Britain. See, now isn't that a fucking red flag right there? First off, this isn't part of the unspoken social contract that when I buy an apple, I expect nothing but an apple. These people who just hate the fact that every piece of information they're fed by the regulatory agency isn't the gospel truth have to bend over backwards to excuse fuckery. How about you address the issue that they call it organic? It's not like they're in the fatty oil-covered fruit section. They're trying to pass it off as organic. Organic means not fucked with. It doesn't mean anything we put on the fruit that also is naturally occurring is fair game to call it organic. Well, that's because the FDA was infiltrated by these demons, and then they redefined what the word organic means. All of that shit, organic farms, all of these fucking things, you have no idea what that means. It's like when liberals bestowed themselves with the word woke. You have no idea what that means. Because I'm like a social justice warrior. Why? Because you say so? That where's the fucking litmus test? Is that the right expression? Second, you know why I'm awesome and caring? Because I say I am. Somebody said to me, oh fuck, I keep forgetting it. No, I texted it to a friend of mine because I didn't want to forget it. I did not want to forget it, and I did. It was just such a weird thing. I was talking to this person about something, and it was my opinion. I'm just filibustering right now because I can't find it. I'm scrolling, and I'm scrolling. Oh, I'm an idiot. I was looking at the wrong side of the scroll. Believe me, it's going to be worth it. Oh, I know. This person said you're a surprise vindicator, and I literally had to get up and walk away. Oh, I think I talked about this on this podcast. I'm still not over that. It's just like that is just the classic thing that white liberals do. Okay? There's a problem with people who aren't white and they are suffering, and then if you actually recognize that as a white person, it's suddenly not about the problem anymore. It's about patting yourself on the back with a new term that, isn't that amazing? Those people are suffering and you noticed it. You're a surprise vindicator. I am a surprise vindicator. I'm a social justice warrior. I mean, like, could we make ourselves look any more fucking stupid and out of touch with that shit? God fucking damn it. Anyway, third, do you really think they'll stop there? Sorry, going back to this thing. Oh, wait. Second, the people screaming that it's better than wax or pesticides are arguing a secondary problem. The primary problem is that we go to unorthodox lengths to provide foods that are unnaturally out of season. How about pussies deal with a blemish on your apple? Organic apples exist. Yeah, or we could eat food that is in season. The reality is the people that make apples want to sell them all year round. You know, all of the shit that we eat, they pick bananas when they're green, so they're not even fucking ripe. You don't get all the nutrients, and then they air quote ripen up on the truck. They just fucking turn yellow, but they don't get the nutrients from whatever fucking tree they were hanging from, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm out of my element here. Okay. Third, do you really think they'll stop there? Bonus. Fourth, the real problem is BlackRock. The negative effects of one company owning 88% of the stock market is far greater than anything else going on. Thanks and go fuck yourself. Yeah, and it's amazing how no politicians talk about BlackRock. Could that be because insider trading is legal and they're lining their pockets? You know what would be amazing is to see like regular people all rebel and they overthrow BlackRock and ever blah, blah, blah. And then, we overthrow all of these evil people that are in power only to watch the new group of people. You watch the sociopaths from that group rise to the top and then they do their shit. I know that's really pessimistic, but I feel that's how God wants it. If you want to be religious, the reason he made us flawed is for his own fucking entertainment. This is like old ladies, they watch like the soap operas, like the stories. Some people say, I think that's what we are to this person. And when you're making a movie or whatever, if there's no obstacles, you don't have a movie. It's just boring. So, his or her or whatever God is, yeah, he just makes serial killers and pedophiles and sociopaths and all of this fucking shit. Bald comedians. Story of just for his own entertainment. That's my belief. That's my belief. Fingers Freddy, Diamond Jim. All right, sorry. Little AC/DC deep cut there. Sin City, first song, second side, Power Rage. All right. Story of Job and Satan. All right. Hey, Billy Barella. I heard you on the podcast this week discussing the story of Job. Sorry. And how, oh my God, this is going to be fantastic. And how God is hanging out with the devil, which starts all this horrible stuff. Here's what's crazy. It's not the devil. Because there actually wasn't originally a devil with a capital D in the Old Testament. See, the word Satan originates from the Hebrew word, and he writes it out like with all the accents on it. Looks like Satan to me, which means adversary or accuser. In the original version of the story, the person taunting God is simply described as the adversary, based on his function in the narrative. No other detail about his characters are given. All right, but this is none of this tracks. So there's somebody taunting God. Hey, God, yeah, creator of everything. Yeah, what are you gonna do about this shit? Yeah, didn't think so. So God can be baited into doing something he doesn't really want to fucking do? I thought he was God. When he'd be like, I know what you're doing. How do you know what I'm doing? Because I'm God. I know everything. Wait, was this like his girlfriend? Like knowing what buttons to push? Anyway, what happened is that throughout history, With all the translations of interpretation, the word Satan was translated into a proper noun, capitalized, and suddenly we have this figure, Satan, that is in opposition to God. After that, others started retroactively labeling the snake in the Garden of Eden as Satan, and later texts incorporated this figure into the overall dynamic. That's fascinating. It gets crazier. You know the story of Lucifer, the fallen angel who led a war against God and became Satan? This is also the result of a mistranslation. The word Lucifer means the morning star in Latin. Is this person writing, the most informed listener I've ever had? Even if you're making this up, this is amazing. Means morning star in Latin and originally described the planet Venus, the morning star which appears in the twilight. All right, I just got lost there. The word Lucifer means morning star in Latin and originally described the planet Venus, the morning star, which appears in the twilight but then seems to fall when dawn arrives. Venus does? I thought it's going on its own orbit and there's a certain time of year or every couple of years you can see it. I don't get it. All right, the Hebrew word for this is Chelel, Helel. Jewish people, I just assumed there was some sort of in there. When translating Isaiah 14:12 in the Old Testament, which refers to an old Canaanite myth about the planet Venus, the morning star, to describe the fall of the king of Babylon. I don't know about you guys, but I'm lost. How art fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Okay. I think I was supposed to get something out of that. So when translating the text, people made the mistake of thinking Lucifer was a name. So they capitalized it. Over time, this is combined with the other mistranslations, leading to Satan becoming someone's title or name instead of... Well, who were the morons that were translating this? Wasn't that an important fucking job? So we're all at each other's throats on, like, a misunderstanding about a book. Okay, being someone's title or name instead of just an unnamed accuser or adversary. Yeah, but he's got to be... You can't argue with a vibe, right? Or a thing. It's got to be a person, right? So there wasn't anybody there. God was arguing with adversary. Like I get off the phone. Who was that? That was adversary. I told you not to answer his isn't it him or her? What the? Okay, I'm lost. And this in turn led the whole story we all know of an angel created by God who opposed him, was banished after trying to take the throne. Do you really think that was what that was? Don't you think it was deliberately done that way as a way to kind of explain doing good things and bad things as a person, or maybe it's some sort of control thing? I don't fucking know. Anyway, I found this very interesting. Yes, I did. Hope you found this interesting. If you want to check out more of this, there's a lot of great videos on YouTube. Here's one I would recommend. Thanks for the laughs and the great shows. Keep breaking a leg on Broadway and go fuck yourself. I will go back. Wait, let me unfreeze my phone here. Or whatever, get it out of airplane mode. I'm going to click on this YouTube link. So if you guys want to know what the name of the YouTube link is, the name of the YouTube link is The Origins of Satan. Well, that was anticlimactic. The Origins of Satan. All right. Okay, Titty DoorDash. Okay, hey, Billy Bitch Boy. Just wanted to chime in on the titty bar food conversation. Oh, the titty bar food conversation. I was saying, yeah, don't eat at a place that's showing titties and clams. Don't order the clams at a titty bar. How about that? There you go. There is a strip club in my town where people actually order wings on DoorDash, and confused or excited delivery drivers have to come through the front door and grab the food from the security guy while a fully nude woman dances not 10 feet away. Why you gotta drag him into your fucking shit? Why can't you just go to the goddamn titty bar and leave other people out of it? They get a lot of orders. A bag of food comes out to the front every few minutes, even when the bar is dead. Also, great job in the play. Me and my lady drove up from Baltimore and had a great day and night in the city. Didn't even know it was still in previews. All right. That's awesome. All right. I don't have time to keep going because I have to go downstairs. One of my buddies is taking off, and I got to go downstairs and have breakfast. All right. That is the podcast. Sorry it was short. I'll make up for it on Thursday. I'll do a little bit more time. That is the podcast, everybody. Think for yourselves. All right? Be nice to your fellow countrymen. Do not let billionaires make up your fucking mind for you. For the love of fucking Christ. All right, that's it. That's all I got. Okay? That's all I can offer. And, also know that I don't read, but that is my opinion. Bye.